What's up, guys? Frugal PC. Today's episode, we're going to talk about the London Hard Fork that's coming this week and what it actually means.
Please hang up and try again.
Hey guys, Frugal PC here. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Every like makes adds a little more Bitcoin to the world. I don't know if that's actually true, but hey, today I want to get into the Ethereum London Hard Fork. I don't know if I've talked a lot about Ethereum on the channel. I do own some, but I'm not a huge fan of the platform because I think they didn't design it to be used in the volume that it's being used. And that's a huge problem because right now, Ethereum, the gas fees are super high. It's really, really slow. It's a very slow network compared to a lot of the other programs I use, like Algorand. When I do something on Algorand, it's done in a split second. The transaction fees are teeny tiny, and that's a big difference. And the reason is because Algorand operates on proof of stake, and ETH is still on proof of work. But that's part of these changes that are coming, is that we're moving to ETH 2.0, and ETH 2.0 is going to operate on proof of stake, which is better for the environment. You're not operating mining machines. It's all done via network. And makes it a lot more accessible because you don't have to have this huge investment to actually earn returns on crypto. So like Algorand, I earn like 1 or 2 algos a week just from keeping it in the wallet from staking. So that's really helpful. So this is what ETH is moving toward. And so I want to talk to you a little bit about today about what the London Hard Fork means and what do you need to know. So like I said, it's really slow right now, and the fork is supposed to go live August 4th. There's some debate about whether that is actually the date it will take place, but that's when it's supposed to happen. And like I said, ETH is moving to proof of stake, which is much better for the environment. It's a lot easier for the average person to earn money doing it and contributing to the network, which is super cool. So there are 5 proposals, and at the end, I'm going to go down what they all are and kind of a brief summary that I got from Geek Culture and Medium. But there's only 2. A lot of them are like kind of behind the scenes stuff that the average person probably wouldn't care about. But the big proposal to know about is proposal 1559. And so basically these proposals get out to stake people who own Ethereum. They vote on it, and then if they pass, the people who are able to make those decisions, then we'll implement it. So as in proposal 1559, instead of miners getting a cut of the fees, those fees will be burned. They'll still get like the tips for like how fast they go. It's still going to incentivize speed, but the base fee will actually get burned. So this, but besides burning some of the ETH instead of paying it to miners, it disincentivizes miners mining, so people want to switch to ETH 2.0, and also it'll have a deflationary effect. So that means that most likely a lot of people are assuming that this is going to drive up the price of ETH, and I don't see any reason why it wouldn't. When you cut supply of something, it tends to go up. Now, I don't know how much impact that will have, but we'll see. A lot of people buying it in anticipation of that. We'll see if it ends up being the case. So this is a pretty major change. Whether it'll actually reduce fees themselves is unknown, but it should make them more predictable, is what experts are saying, which kind of makes sense. Like if you're taking some of the variability out of it, it should make them more predictable. It'd be really nice if the fees went down, because they really gotta fix those fees. It's ridiculous. I'm going to talk about a joint balancer protocol this weekend, and I'm going to talk about that in a video next. But like, I almost didn't do it just because the fees were so ridiculous compared to the stuff I've done with either Bitcoin or my Algorand one with Yieldly. So I'll show you one of those videos up above. I'm not sure which one yet. So I'm excited too, because I would love to pick up some ETH 2.0. I think that'd be a fun project to have and actually earn some staking rewards instead of it just sitting there. So that's the major change, but let's go through a brief list of what the Ether, and these again, this is from Geek Culture on Medium. They have a great website, so check them out on Medium. As I said, 1559, it introduced the Ether deflationary mechanism. It makes network fees more predictable, not necessarily cheaper. Hopefully that's coming with future updates, but that's what it is right now. I think when we switch over to ETH 2.0 fully, that's when we'll see the fees go down. $31.98, that lets Ethereum client computers get the current value of the base fee. So you get that, but you don't get the extras. 35.29 reduces the exploit of gas refund system and decreased junk data that clog the network. This has to do with efficiency and writing code and stuff, so it really only applies to developers. But anytime you can fix some of these junk data stuff, that's always good. So 35.41, it requires new smart contracts to be different machine codes than the existing OXEF. I don't even know what that means. Again, this is all stuff that has to do with programming. This is the other one I think is interesting. 35.54 delays the mining difficulty bomb to December 2021 to match with the merge of ETH1 and ETH2. So once ETH2 is fully implemented, that's when the difficulty will bomb. And the idea here is to try to, again, disincentivize mining because they're trying to move off of mining. Most cryptocurrencies are starting on proof of stake, which is a lot more efficient from an environmental perspective. And I think it's just better for the average person. So what is this going to look like? I don't really know. I think a lot of people don't know for sure. It should have a positive impact on ETH, which would be good. Because I have to say, one of the most frustrating things is trying to use a project that's built on ETH and then just having it not work because you can't get it. You can't, because the mining fees are too high. So I think I did a video on this channel about Gods Unchained, and I can't play it, I can play it, but I can't access the core features of it, like, crafting new cards and maybe buying or selling them because it's all closed down because the ETH fees gas fees are too high. So I don't know. I hope that gets fixed in the future, but it sucks because if you want to make these little micro transactions, you can't do it. I don't know why people even build on ETH, to be honest. It makes it almost unusable for the average person. And I'm not going to pay all this extra money just to do something I should be able to do with a non-crypto, right? Crypto is supposed to make things faster and easier and more decentralized. And this seems to do well. It's still decentralized, I guess, but functionally it just doesn't work, and I think that's a problem. So I'm really looking forward to ETH. I still don't know why people build on ETH. If I were a developer, I'd be looking at Algorand or Cardano or any one of these other platforms that could build something and actually have people be able to use it on day one. That'd be really nice. So, all right, well, that's my little rant. This is what's going to be coming up with ETH 2.0 and with the London Hard Fork this week. Again, like I said, I think it's going to be a big mover for Ethereum, not financial advice, by the way. And I'm looking forward to it. We'll see what actually happens. We'll find out this week. Maybe I'll do a follow-up video. Later this week, I got one coming up on Balancer. I'm going to talk a little bit about my experience with it so far and my hopes for it. So make sure you hit that like and subscribe button so you can see all those too. And I'm Frugal BC. We'll see you next time.